For the past several months, Disney has been dealing with nothing but backlash when it comes to The Little Mermaid. Since the beginning, since people saw the first trailer, people saw the muted colors, people saw the terrible effects in CGI, and of course, it was crystal clear the identity politics that were at play when it comes to this movie. Not just the race swapping of a character like Ariel, but of course, the changing of lyrics, the changing of different story elements, including completely changing this ending to make sure that Prince Eric isn't the one that kills Ursula. Instead, it's Ariel. But at the end of the day, everyone wants to know, how is this going to do at the box office? How are people going to feel about this movie? And as of today, we have a little bit of an answer to both of those things. Thursday previews $10.3 million for The Little Mermaid. Now, that's certainly better than, say, Aladdin back in 2019. Thursday previews a little more relevant right now for sure. It's not anything compared to an MCU Thursday opening, and you wouldn't expect it to be. It's a different audience. It's not trained to come out on the Thursdays the same way that it is for the superhero films. But nonetheless, certainly puts Little Mermaid off to a decent start, outpacing Aladdin when it comes to domestic. Unfortunately, those international numbers are not good news for Disney. But the other question is how people are feeling about it. And when you go right now to Rotten Tomatoes, you get some very, very interesting numbers. The all-audience score right now for Little Mermaid is at 49%. Now, the verified audience, the ones that go through Link Your Fandango or whatever account and show specifically, put this email address and put this email address in, and prove that you purchased a ticket and went to the movie, that's a different story. That's sitting at 95% with 1,000 verified reviews. Now, I am not going to sit here and pretend to lie to you and say that I think every one of these reviews for the all audience is legitimate. I guarantee you there's a lot of people that put just a one-star review. Hey, this is bad. I didn't see it, but this is bad. I also guarantee you there's people that did the same thing and put 5 stars because that's how these things work. Ultimately, it's going to be interesting to see the reaction. When you look across the landscape, there's several different reactions. I will say, for the most part, even though a lot of people, I think, thought this was going to be one of the worst movies we've ever seen, it's a bad movie, certainly. I don't think it's as bad as it seemed right from the beginning. Now, there are certainly terrible things they did with this movie, certain things they did when it comes to the musical choices, cutting different songs and adding different songs. And right now, Little Mermaid is being mocked specifically for anything that has to do with Scuttle and Aquafina's rapping. Here you go. What the fuck is this shit? Good God, The Little Mermaid is terrible.
I was like, I remember. Well, ever since what's his name, the guy with the hair and the shirt.
Yes, Scuttle has been gender swapped, also species swapped, is no longer a seagull, but it's voiced by Aquafina, who does this rap.
The prince. Yeah, the prince has been dropping hints. He wants to, you know, when humans dress all nice like they're penguins, throw rice for the pigeons, they're trying to blow up the pigeons, but
This scene is getting routinely mocked by nearly everyone, and rightly so. It only gets worse.
Those are just urban legends. I know a lot of really fat pigeons. Will you just listen, Sebastian? I got that scuttlebutt. Hurry up. You'll be like, what? When I drop that scuttlebutt.
This is awful. Now, again, this discrepancy is not something we often see when it comes to these movies. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Look at the audience score versus all audience score. Very, very close. Same thing. Fast X a little different. Fast X about almost a 9% difference, but nothing like the 45, 46% difference for Little Mermaid. Super Mario Brothers, same thing. Very, very small. But when it does come to this box office, at the end of the day, some people might hate it. Obviously, it's not a movie made for everyone. That's certainly true. It's geared towards younger children, absolutely. But what is it going to do at the box office? Is it going to be another disappointment, a disaster for Disney, or is it going to be another live-action big success? And now with the updated numbers, it looks like this 4-day box office number is going to be around $125 million. I think it'll be over that. I think we'll probably end up around 130, 135 with like $110 million traditional 3-day opening. But like I said, the global opening is really going to be a factor here because international audiences are not digging this, especially not in China. But right now it's on pace for a $180 million global start. The reason that's a big deal is because despite it set to outpace Aladdin's domestic opening, that really doesn't put it even close to its international opening, $212 million. This is a movie that went on to make $1 billion at the box office, and it obviously, everything's going to depend on the hold, it's going to depend on the legs, no pun intended, when it comes to The Little Mermaid. But we're starting to see some reactions out there, and the discrepancy here is definitely something to note. When you go over to a place like Metacritic, it's getting hammered right now. A 2.4. That's out of a very, very small number of reviews, certainly, but the reactions are out for The Little Mermaid. A lot of people very split on this movie for sure. What will it do in the box office this weekend is going to be a huge determining factor. And then what will it do after this opening weekend, regardless of how big or small it is? Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.